Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out.
Oh, my God.
We're going to do another show.
This is
We're
it.
fucking doing it right now.
We're doing another one.
And we're doing it. There's Kevin Farley over here, but then we have Pat Finn
We do.
in the house.
We do. In this lovely abode.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having
That's
me.
You're on this
awesome.
side
We're
of
so
town,
lucky.
or I don't know if we're interrupting your day. I don't know.
No, not at all. I was going to.
You have a table read this afternoon.
I do. That's so Hollywood.
That's so Hollywood. Say it
so
again. One more
Hollywood.
time.
Yeah, I have
Keep
a
saying
table
it.
read, so I can't stick around too long. I'm going to head out. Oh, De Niro just walked by. That's so weird. We have a giant glass window here in the booth. So, okay, you can move along, Bobby.
But the middle,
Nothing to see here, Bob.
Right, exactly.
I love the middle, man. And that's the
Thanks.
read-through you got, right?
Yes,
That's awesome.
I do. No, it's a great show. I mean, Neil Flynn, who's a friend of ours
Flynn is
from
just great.
Second City, great actor, and Patricia Heaton is awesome.
She's a
So
sweet lady.
funny.
so cool.
She
She's
said
so
nice
great.
things about the documentary.
Oh, that's nice.
Such
She
nice.
said, she tweeted some
saw
nice
that.
things about it, which was
really
nice.
sweet.
Yeah, really nice.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. We did. It's funny. Brian Murray, who's from the same parish as I am from back in Chicago, which always when I say that,
Brian
it's like
Doyle, right?
I'm not in New Orleans, but yes, Brian Doyle Murray, who's second or third up of the 9 Murrays, and so his mom and my mom used to go to church every day together at St. Joe's in Chicago, and we're sitting there with Patty Heaton and Brian and I talking, and we got on the subject of both of them have sisters that are nuns.
Oh my gosh.
Patty's sisters are in
she
Ohio.
does? I didn't
and
know that,
and
yeah.
Brian has a sister Nancy, who taught my little sister Katie. But I'm like, there's no other triad in all
No
of
kidding.
all of I'm going to say the state of California.
Yeah.
That are talking about
That's the only
So
conversation.
Patty-
siblings.
She's got a sister who's a nun. Wow.
She does, yeah.
Not only that, you just don't see nuns anymore.
That's true, yeah.
There's
Where'd
not
they
many
go,
nuns.
right?
I don't know. Listen, I grew up with them. They're all over the place.
Same.
I grew up with them. There was a ton of ladies that wanted to be nuns.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't even want to do it. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a bad gig when you think about it. Let's say everything down there is kaput.
Right.
Let's say you
Medically speaking.
Medically speaking.
And folks, this is also a medical call-in show.
If you reach an age where you're like, okay, that's done. That's done.
Kevin, that
Medically.
doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No.
I don't know. I think there's a certain group of the population where they reach a certain age, they're like, I don't even want to do that. I mean, they don't even have a libido to do it. So then you go to the church and you get meals, you get a car, you get, everything taken care of. I mean, not a bad gig. It's not a bad gig.
No, I mean, I think nowadays, too, when
know.
we were kids, I mean, you used to, the nuns, to be honest, you feared them. That was somebody who would, I remember, they would scold you and you'd be in trouble. And a lot
Oh,
of
my
times.
dad grew up in Greece, and he's a left-handed guy, but he's right-handed because the nuns.
Oh, right, because he was.
Oh, they made him. That was when they were really
because he was a
cruel.
witch at the time.
He was
Yeah,
We had a lot of
a
mean
Greek
ones.
witch. So
which are kind of cute.
they're a little
They smell
tanner.
like heroes. What's with all the smoke? Poof. What?
There was always the really nice nun, though.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a good handful that were pretty angry, but then they made up for one really nice one.
Yeah, it's funny. Our daughter at the time, our oldest daughter, Cassidy, when we moved out here, we didn't know where to go to school, and we kind of fell into this school, St. Francis de Sales, here in the Valley. And
Good school. I love
yeah,
that
if I
school.
can plug some of these great fantastic.
Yeah.
No,
They got to wear uniforms. I love
They
that.
do. It's
I
good.
love that. I
But
love
it's
that.
similar to the one I grew up in. But I remember meeting the principal at the time, who was a nun, and just being like, instantly hands in the pocket, looking at no eye contact. I know there's a ruler at
Did
the
you
ready
immediately go
somewhere.
back to that?
I did, and it turns out she's amazingly nice, and I was so mean to even think she was.
It's just PTSD. That's all.
I guess, religiously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny. They're nice, though. They're really nice,
Yeah,
nice
No,
ladies.
I went and she's in a home down in Newport, and I found through the friends of Grapevine or whatever that she needed a bookshelf to how she likes to read books, and which is weird, but
Weird.
podcast. So she gave me all the dimensions, and I made it for her. And I went down, and I'm like, oh, I'll drop it off and just kind of say hi and hey, good to see you again. And I don't have to go to mass this week, and I won't feel bad. And I sat and talked with her for like 4 hours.
Aw, I bet she loved it.
It was great, but she had a book on her desk about Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
And she was reading about Kennedy and the family and politics. She's super intelligent.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
this is so cool. This is somebody that should be out,
Yeah.
talking to kids or doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But it was neat. I think to your point, they are.
Well, I always look at it. I think I reached a certain age where I go, God, my mom and dad were strict, and then I reached a certain age where I go, I was a dick. Wait a minute. And I look back, it was like, you reach that age where you start to look at it objectively and you go, oh yeah, well, I stole a car,
right.
or I was talking in class. I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, the nuns are bitches. No, you were a dick. Yeah. You were being bad,
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys that look back at Catholic school, they think like, well, what did you do? What were you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Was she just out of the blue, hit you with a ruler? I mean,
that was it.
Or were you fucking around?
Right. Well, if you came home and it's like, oh, the nun hit me, it was like, oh, what did you do that was so egregious?
Right.
The next person
parents.
to God. We did it. This is
The parents used to side with the nuns.
Of course. What are you going to do? Yes.
Yeah. Now the parents are like, the nun's wrong. No, the kid's
It didn't
wrong.
change. I agree. Yeah. No, they can yell at him. We had there was a nun at our school called Sister. Her name was Sister Rafaeline, and she was very sweet. And she taught art. And there was a kid in our class. I'll just call him Dennis because he's probably listening.
He's got red hair. I'm sure.
He does. And but Dennis was the one you knew that would probably end up doing time. He was just like in a lot of trouble.
Dennis the Menace. I mean,
maybe.
It's the name. It's the name.
Yeah, you knew this was a kid who was not going down the right path. And
Dennis.
We're sitting there, and we were in art class. And I don't know why he turned to me, and you kind of feared this kid. And he turns, he goes, hey, go up to Sister Rafaeline and pretend like you're talking. I was like, no, that's not too good. Come on, man. That's not. Come on, do it. It'd be hilarious. The whole class will laugh. I'm like, what if there's laughter with the class involved? That's kind of my role here.
It's in my wheelhouse.
And this is awful, but I went up to her, and she was very tall and very big and very nice, but I tapped her on the shoulder, and I said, Sister Rafaeline. And then she, Patrick. And I looked at her, and I mouthed things with nothing coming out. And I was like like this, like an idiot. And everyone's giggling. And I kid you not, to this day, she stops and goes, oh, okay. Oh, by the way. And she took her fist and as hard as she could punched me in the throat.
Wow.
I kid you not. And she goes,
wow.
When you're fooling around with somebody who's deaf and you're pretending to talk, your voice box moves. And mine didn't. So she knew that I was just making a puppet thing.
Oh, wow.
And it was instant justice. That was it. There was no call to the parents. There was no, and it was like, I was sore for a week, and rightfully so. I was mean to somebody. No, but he's not crazy.
Yes.
What had happened? And Dennis Sharp was like, mark.
Dennis fucking put you up to it.
He did. Yeah, but it was I was, it's exactly what should have happened.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And it's over.
It is.
over.
Yeah.
Right?
How old were you?
Gosh, probably like 6th or 7th grade, something like that.
Well, she must not have punched you too hard because that could have collapsed your larynx.
Right, but it was still no. And a nun just hit. Yes, it wasn't like she went to
I had
Billy Blanks.
I remember in third grade. Remember Frito Bandito erasers?
I was just going to say the eraser.
The Frito Bandito erasers. So I just got a new. It used to come in Fritos, I think.
Yeah.
And I had Fritos at lunch, and I go, fuck, this thing is cool. And I'm playing around with this thing, and I'm like, I had a couple of them on my desk, and I was going, I am a Frito. It's the song.
Yeah.
I am a Frito Bandito. And I'm playing around with it completely in my own world. And this eraser comes out. I see it coming out of the side of my peripheral, hits me right here in the side of the face. And I look, it dazed me, and it was chalk all over my face. And the sister, Mary, she just goes, hey, pay attention. Stop playing with your Frito Bandito.
That's hilarious. Man, you can throw erasers then. Yes.
All over my face. And every one of the kids like, ah! That's the way they handled that shit.
Yes.
She just took the eraser and goes, hey!
Right.
Fucking threw it at me and hit me in the face. Like, goddamn, okay, sorry.
But then you're kind of like, most people wouldn't have that kind of accuracy. You're like, what was
I know,
doing? Like the nun
laser.
softball
It was
league.
across the room.
Right.
She threw the eraser across the room. Hit me in the face. They had chocolate all over my face.
What were you doing?
I
Acting
was
out again.
playing with a Frito Bandito going, I am a Frito Bandito. She's trying to teach classes. She just hurled the thing at me. Oh, God, yeah. But, I mean, Chris tortured nuns to the point of, like, ridiculous. I mean, the funniest, I think I told this at the documentary where we had this sister, Rosa, who used to do the whole penguin thing, like, the full dress. Mm-hmm. And she taught math. And she was probably 60-something. She had tiny little round glasses, something out of the 18th century picture that you see. She's coming out of the math room, and Chris is barreling down the hallway as fast as he can. And even in high school, he was around 200, 2 bills.
And fast.
Fast. When he got going, it was like a grizzly bear, And he's coming down, and she just fucking comes out of the math room, and they collide. And I swear to God, the whole thing, 10 feet in the air, habit, everything comes off.
Oh, no.
On her ass, slides on the floor, like, ah! And he hit her so fucking hard, and everybody scattered there and thought, oh, Farley is dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Right.
And he got like months of detention.
Did he help her out?
Of
Like,
course.
what do you do?
I mean, barreled into this nun.
Oh, my
barreled
God.
into her.
Oh, that's just one of those. How did these glasses get all the way to the cafeteria? I don't know. Chris must have blindsided some.
Blindsided her. God, it was fucking hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, that's.
He would do that. So that's the kind of trouble he always got in, though.
Right, and that wasn't even like a premeditated. He was probably just like, I got to get to class, or I'm late, or I have to go to the bathroom. Right. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, yes, if there was any way I could take out some sort of authority.
But you and him both had the commonality of never getting into trouble of, like, the trouble you guys got into. It was never from a motivation of, hey, let's steal a car or something.
No.
It was always from a motivation of trying to get somebody else to laugh.
Yeah.
And then it would get bad. Then you get into trouble.
Yeah, it was never a malicious, let's hurt that person, let's do something bad, let's whatever. And, I think that,
Were you and Chris in the same dorm? How did you guys first meet?
We met, we were actually in the same dorm. I applied to school. My mom wanted me to go out east. So I applied to a school called Fairfield.
You had another school you were going to go to?
Fairfield was a school in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And she really wanted me to go there,
school.
Holy Cross.
Yeah.
And so I was all set. And I'm like, I'm going to go there. And I ended up not getting in. And I was like, I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like August. And my mom's like, what do you, I was 5 out of 6 kids. She's like, what in the kitchen? What are you going to school? I'm like, I'm just going to Marquette. Well, okay. Did you tell him you're going there? Yeah, I applied and got in, so I'm in. And she's like, you have to tell them you're going there because they don't know you're to save you room.
Right. Yeah.
Literally just a sheer red.
What?
Oh my God. I called them up and they're like, yeah, sorry, man, there's no room.
Oh, so you were late to say, I want to go.
Yeah, like now, like a week before school kind of a thing.
No
and
way.
So I had to call. My brother knew this guy named Father Walsh. He was the head of communications or something. So I had to call him.
Yeah.
And he's like, Patrick Field's up there, son. And I'm like, hey, but you want to go? No, you do. Lots of people want to go here. I'm now being English. But it was, he was very European. But so he literally was like, are you going to work hard and do all your stuff? And he got me in.
Oh, God.
So I stayed in the lounge at Schrader.
Oh, really?
Like
you didn't have a room?
No, in the lounge. There were 4 cots. Yeah, there were 4 cots. One of them was Breno.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Why was Breno on a cot?
He didn't think he was going there because he was going to go to Tulane. And then
God! Wow!
He realized that he couldn't afford Tulane, and so he pulled the trigger. And he did the same thing. He last minute kind of went there.
Oh wow!
I'll tell you a quick.
You guys were both on the couch.
Yeah. So they literally had these 4 army cots.
Yeah, it was not comfortable.
No.
How long were you on there?
For a while, man. It was like, you'll be out in a couple hours. It was like a little mini prison. It was like a little.
Not the whole
out.
semester, though.
No, it's probably 3-4 weeks, maybe. But you had no phone or anything.
Yeah,
it was a long
couch.
time. We had to wait for somebody to either get sick of Marquette or kicked out or tired of it or not show up.
By the way, a lot of kids got sick right away because back then it was a pretty dicey area.
It was, yeah.
I mean, Milwaukee. You know, you're in the middle of Milwaukee, and it was not good. And then winter starts coming along, and it gets dark.
Yeah.
Right. But so I don't know if you know this story. So I meet. There's 4 cots, and there's this guy, Mike Brennan, who turns out was from the same hometown.
Good buddy.
He has since become a roommate and a amazingly dear friend to Kevin and I, and so there was another guy, and his name was Christian, and Christian was a little bit older than us because he was on this trying out for the ski team and the U.S. ski team and all this stuff. And he was
good athlete.
Yeah, he's probably like 20, so he's a little bit more older than us, a little more mature.
Yeah,
and so we're sitting there, and Chris. Mike and I would just play cribbage. We didn't really know anybody, so we'd get like a 6-pack of Natural Light and put it in those bad styrofoam coolers. Yeah, and like no ice, but just thinking it's going to remain the awesome temperature we got.
How hilarious! These 2 guys hanging out in the middle of the fucking lounge.
It is. It's like a prison that you can leave.
It's like an art installation.
Yes. So
where would you go to the bathroom or anything?
You had to go to. They had one main bathroom,
right? Yeah.
And my mom moved me in. She gave me like a sheet that was the wrong size, and then she gave me a towel that was like the one we used to wash cars, like to dry them off. I'm like,
no.
I got the car wash towel. She's like, I couldn't find any other towels. It was like orange with holes in it. I'm like, all right. And I remember the first time, to answer your question about the shower, I walked down this long hallway, and it was me in my. I was working on a 7-Up truck, so I had farmer tan. Right. And so it's white with farmer tan. I got this orange hole-filled towel, and I have like a bar of soap that my mom gave me. And that's it. And maybe like some, like a Holiday Inn, shampoo, conditioner combo she grabbed, my mom. And I'm walking to the bathroom. It's like, opie-dope. And now it's slow motion, and now it's like a John Hughes movie. The door opens, and this sophomore gets out. And he's got a satin robe from head to toe. And he flips up his hood to this black satin robe, and it says Motor City Cobra. It was John Bergman. And then he reaches over and grabs, he's got a boombox in one hand to go 28 feet. He's got a boombox, and he grabs like a Corona 6-pack bottle holder with no bottles, but he's got all his product in there for his hair and everything. And he starts walking, and girls are just unbuttoning their shirt, and I'm just like, my towel's falling off and awful. So
black satin robe.
So anyways, we're in there, and Christian wasn't super happy with us. We were tomfoolery, and he
was a serious athlete,
very serious, and he was very serious academically. He's like, I'm reading the first chapter of every single book. And we were like, wait. Not even that you're reading it. You got books. Like, you already got them? Right. Like, we're so...
We haven't even got
double, like the lily pad jumping. And anyway, so he was a tennis player. He was big into tennis. And there was a 4th guy. His name was Matt. And Matt every day we're like, oh, Matt never showed up. So Breno and I got a Nerf hoop, and we put up the Matt. His last name was Soik, so we're like, Matt Soik Memorial Gym. And we had all this stuff. Matt Soik Memorial Cooler. Matt Soik Rules. For a good time. Whatever, all this dumb stuff.
Right.
So Loftus one time is hammered, and he goes, hey, got a good idea. I'm going to your room and pretend I'm Matt Soik. We're like, oh, that's awesome. So he came in hammered, messed up his hair. He had no shirt on, a leather coat, and 2 bags. And he kicks the door open. He goes, I'm Matt Soik. And he looks around. He's like, what's with all this crap? And we're like, we both just pointed at Christian as a gag. And he's like, I didn't do it. These guys did it. They're always messing around. They're blaming it on me. These guys are dicks. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm freaking out. He went nuts.
He went nuts.
So I'll just finish this because I got to. So he leaves, storms out. And then he comes in. And he's like, you guys, I'm sorry. I just made an emergency request. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out.
He's quitting.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't like we were bad or whatever.
Right. You're just joking.
Just losing shit.
They're like, fine, go to some other dorm, go wherever. And the next day, I'm down at lunch. And so I'm sitting down, and Breno and a couple other guys, and Chris comes in. Hey, what's up? You guys doing? Hey, man, what's going on? Nothing. Hungover. I'm like, that's all right. What's going on? I went to so-and-so's last night, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, my roommate started going crazy. I'm on the top bunk, and he starts kicking me. And he's going, hey, you're peeing on me. Because I guess I was peeing on him. And I'm like, yeah, most people don't wake up and just randomly accuse people. Well, I was just testing you. And he goes, so he kept on kicking me, so I stopped peeing and I woke up. And he goes, and I jumped off the thing and I landed on his tennis racket. And he freaked out and he left. And that was Christian. He got transferred from our lounge to Chris Farley. How crazy! Like, could you imagine? You just went to the top of the mountain, son. Of like, and he ended up. He got a perm and commuted. So
he had to have left, right? After that,
stayed. He actually ran for like various vice president, treasurer stuff. I would vote for him and I would say hi to him. Yeah. But he got a perm and he transferred like for an hour and a half away. He drove from his parents' house.
And he drove.
And he would I'd be like, hey, Christian, and he would just his eyes were like. And he would go immediately the other way, and Farley would be like, sorry about the wreck. No, I get it. It's like...
Chris, I think, went through almost like 5 or 6 of those guys.
He did.
He went... When he first got into Marquette, it was McCormick Hall, and you got assigned a guy. He must have gone through 5 or 6 of them, maybe, you know. And then finally they said, you just keep it yourself.
Yeah,
you just keep that. Yeah.
So he got a single by default.
He got a single by himself.
It was.
We went in there, and it was so trash. I mean, you know, when I would go, I was coming in after, 2 years after Chris. And I would go, like, I visited one time, and I remember, like, I guess I'll go to Marquette because Chris went there. I mean, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted. So I visited one time as a senior, and I went out with Hermo, Chris, and a bunch of other guys in his group, and we went and did, we went on the east side of town. You don't go on the east side of Milwaukee. You stay on campus, If you're going to the east side, we're going to go down to the National Liquor Bar and all this shit. And I remember being in the back seat of the car that I think Hermo was driving and thinking to myself, this is it. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I thought, fuck this. End. I'm dead. I'm in the darkest place I've ever been in my life. Wasted. And then thinking to myself, what the fuck is this school? This is out of control. And then I go, okay, I'll go there.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
And Hermo had a car. And there were times it was like you get in the car and be like, here, hold this bottle. I got to start the car. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Okay.
That's rather responsible of you. No, but you're right. You'd go to the National Liquor Bar and you're kind of, and he later became a doctor.
Yeah, he's a good doctor.
Great doctor.
Steamboat Springs. He's a really good guy.
Does Doctors Without Borders?
Oh, yeah.
No, he does. He's a really great guy.
Great doctor, yeah. No, he was one of those guys that could be like, he'd be like partying and then he'd be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then stop. He'd be like, oh, I thought we were all going to party and go crazy. And he would just stop and be disciplined and then, get a fucking A, on everything. He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
But I remember Chris's rooms were notoriously, his dorm rooms were just like a tornado hit him.
Yeah.
Fucking my mom had to call Service Master, which is like the shit that people come in after murders and shit.
It's like Pulp Fiction. It's like bringing in the wolf.
Yeah. The cleaner. But these guys had full on masks, flamethrowers, and fucking. And they would go in, and my mother would be like, "Get the Service Master in here and clean all this up." And it was just puke in the corner, poop everywhere. I don't know, who knows?
But it had that kind of pig pen aura about it, like within that. But there were times he'd walk up, like, "What's up, Farley? You want to go?" Okay, and you'd like, "Hey, where'd your door go?" Just things like that. I don't know. Look, I can't keep track of all these things. No, it's your door. You have one door. It's a metal door on hinges. Not really
one of my favorite Schrader stories of Chris is he was eating Tombstone pizzas. And he was he would do this too.
This is a terrible story.
He would. I think I might have told this, baby.
Yeah, tell it again.
Have I told this on the podcast?
I think I know where it's going.
It's just my favorite story. Because in Marquette, it gets really sub-zero out. And somebody told me this. Maybe it's a myth. I don't know. But he said. But I do know that he used to eat with his belly. He'd eat pizza, without a shirt on, and he'd have it on his belly and just be eating it like this. And he put it out of his thing. Put it on his belly, and it was so fucking hot. He got mad. He was like, fuck. Thing was hot, the Tombstone pizza. So he opens up the window of the Schrader, and he's like on the 8th floor, and just hurls the pizza out the window, and he goes, fuck, this goddamn thing's hot. And in the midair, the top of the pizza came off, revealing the nuclear hot tomato sauce. Because that tomato sauce is like nuke hot, really fucking hot.
It's the sun.
And it goes through the air like this for like 5 seconds, and Chris is watching it. He just realized he just let it go, and it wraps across this girl's face who's on the way to the library. And scalding hot tomato tombstone pizza all over her face. And she just goes, "Ah!" And Chris was so excited that he had hit her that he stood out the window and went, "I got her!" And she nailed him and he got into trouble because he gloated afterwards.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to in the beginning. I was just excited about the outcome.
Excited about the outcome.
Got it.
Hilarious, because God, those
That would
pizzas
hurt
get hot.
so bad.
It would hurt so bad. And she's going to the library, doesn't expect a hot, steaming tombstone pizza.
Susan,
in
what do you
her
think of
face.
this new scarf? I just got it. What is that? What's going on?
Out of nowhere. But Marquette was fun in those days. God damn, we had a lot of fun.
Schrader the beer can?
No, that's McCormick.
That's McCormick.
But Schrader was kind of across from that. It was like a 10-story. But it was great.
And that was co-ed, so that was a little more fun.
Yeah.
And but I mean, we used to also. They don't have this now as block party. In the fall.
Yeah, so fun.
We didn't have a football team.
Right.
So, our football team, we used to play, Finner and I and Chris would play rugby, which was great. But we didn't have a football team. So our Saturdays, they were just like a shit show. You started drinking at like Friday, at early morning, and then you were drunk until Sunday night. And block party was 2 days, where all the beer companies in Milwaukee would converge on Marquette's campus and have tents set up.
Fun.
And you would
great.
just go from tent to tent to tent and hit the beer.
And they all want you to
great.
you should be loyal to our beer because there was 3 breweries in town, and these trucks would pull up, and they were like cows but with beer udders. And the trucks just had like 4 on each side. And it wasn't like, and the truck was in the middle. It wasn't like we'll just use this side. It was like no, they used both sides, and people were just like, "Come on, let's go!" And they would just constantly just put beer down.
Wow. And it was just the whole campus, whether you're a nerd or band guy, I don't care. You were fucking blacked out. Everybody was fucked up. It was a huge, huge party.
I remember Rolling Stone when I was maybe a junior came out with various things. Best food on campus, best, band, whatever. Yeah. Marquette was most bars per capita.
Yeah.
Of any other school. I walked by 9 bars to get to my class. I'm like, well, one of them's going to get you. On the way there, the way back, something's going to happen.
You can only say no so many times.
Right, exactly. You don't want to be rude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the biggest export of the city.
Oh, God. We were quietly, I think, one of the biggest party schools, I think, quietly, because, ASU, those guys are all pretty flashy. But Marquette, I would put any one of the guys I was in school with up against any school, anytime. We would go to other schools. Like, we would go on rugby trips, and we just blow them out of the water.
Yeah. Why is that guy passed out?
Right. So we'd be on such another level. Yeah. And these guys would be like, yeah, we're a party school. We know how to party. And we'd come in and fucking, they would be like, wow, you're on another, wait a second.
It's bad when somebody else is like, okay, you win.
Yeah. Right. When the party guys go, oh, yeah, you guys, no. Well, that's not partying. That's, you guys are going on another level. That's crazy.
We're going to lose money on you guys. Yeah. It was insane.
We go to Notre Dame, Notre Dame. We played Notre Dame in rugby. Notre Dame. I mean, the thing is, the biggest thing with our rugby team is the party. It was an unwritten rule that the hosting team get a half barrel and have a party. And Notre Dame's about, I don't know, 2-3 hour drive or fucking something like that. So we had
it's a long one, like 3 hours.
Fucking drive. So we drove all the way down there, got our asses kicked by these super athlete Notre Dame guys. Everybody's hungover on our team. Everybody's hungover, and we get our asses beat in. And then we're like, all right, you guys, where's the half barrel? Hey, fuck, let's go.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, half barrel. No, we don't do that.
What?
I'm like, fuck.
You're stuck in South Bend.
All the way.
Yeah, we're stuck in South Bend.
Of all fucking hellholes.
We had to drive back.
Oh.
Yeah, that was brutal. I remember we did one. We had a game up at Carthage College, which was kind of off our campus.
Yeah.
And we played, it was like West Virginia, or maybe it was at a tournament. No, I think it was at our thing. It was West Virginia, and they drove all the way there. And I've been in some of the worst neighborhoods in Milwaukee, Chicago, New York. Yeah. I've never been more fearful of these guys that came out of this van. Just shaved heads, waving the Confederate flag. And I'm kind of like,
no.
But I remember kind of going, hey, not to be whatever, we won that war. Like, you guys lost the war. You guys are 0-1 in your own country, and you're waving the flag. Hey, I'm not, I mean, if anything, we should be.
Right.
But anyways, these guys got bottles of moonshine, and we're kind of getting ready for the game. Right?
Is this in Milwaukee?
In Milwaukee, at like 11 in the morning.
In their own van.
Yeah, and they drove, and they all came up with like bottles of nondescript, no label, just
like moonshine.
Yeah, like you could put your comb in it if you wanted to go to the barber shop, and just chugging it, and you're kind of like, hey. Look, I had 74 beers last night, but I think that's a problem. You're drinking some weird crap, and we've got a game in 10 minutes, and it's disrespectful. But we went, and they were so now they're drunk, which was actually easier because you kind of just push them aside because their coordination is all messed up.
Right.
And then they didn't go to the party because they'd all passed out.
Wow,
like, that's such a horrible. Yeah, I'm like, more for us, I guess.
Drunk for the game.
Get drunk to get hit. Like, you missed the fun part.
Drunk for the game.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So,
Yeah, that's okay. So they win. They win. They win on
I
that
remember
one
of, we had one, Chris, I don't know. So you would have to have elections, which is always kind of amazing to me that, rugby players are a little bit like pirates. They're organized under some umbrella, but they're also still like.
I will say that the general thing is they don't really take to authority.
Right.
Almost to the person.
Yes.
To the rugby player, really doesn't like authority.
If there was a dad and his two sons, and they saw, there's a bunch of guys from the football team. Let's go say hello and wish them luck. If you said there's a bunch of guys from the rugby team, you wouldn't run across the street to grab a picture and autograph. It'd be like, that's the exact opposite. Yeah. Not that we were bad guys, because Matt Foley, who ended up being a priest, is an amazing
But I will say
guy.
each one of them was a character in and of themselves.
Yes.
In other words, their own little country.
Yeah.
And each rugby player had its own personality and they played on a team, but they had distinct personality.
Very much so, yeah. There were some great, Bob Ward, who was my TA at Marquette in English. So, and he would, remember the first thing I did, I got like a C. I'm like, come on, man, that was kind of good. And he's like, hey, just because we're on the team together doesn't mean you get A's. I'm like, well, no, I mean, if it's good, I would assume I'd get something decent. And he just rode me all year. And such a bad story. But so we get to the end. It's the final paper. And I'm like, forget it. Right now, I've got like at Marquette, they had A, B, B, C for some reason. And because it used to be a music school. No, I'm teasing. So I'm right now getting a C, D, or D. I'm like, forget it. And I knew one of the guys who took the class last year. And I said, give me your paper. What'd you get on it? I got an A-. Great. Give me your actual paper. And I'm going to write my name on top, and I'm going to tell him. But I'm waiting for him to tell me what my grade is. So I handed it in, and I said, "Hey, Bob, we're at a party at the Bud House in the kitchen."
Right.
And I go, "What'd you get in that grade?" And on that thing, he goes, "I want to talk about school." And I said, "No, I'm just wondering what I got." And he goes, "I gave you a C-." I go, "Oh, okay." Because by the way, I think you're riding me hard. And a couple of the other rugby players were like, "Yeah, whose paper was that?" And I said, "Oh, it was so and so's." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And I said, just so you know, I did word for word that paper and put my name on it, and I got an A- last year. So you're riding me. You gave me a C- in the exam, and then he turned into the plagiarism side of it that I didn't see coming. I was like, oh, that's true. That is illegal, and I've broken the code of the school. Right? I'm like, aha! Yes, exactly. Done and done. Pardon me? I could be kicked out. So we're all kind of sitting there. Now it's become instant. What's going to happen? We're in the kitchen, and it's 4 a.m. So I used to eat things as a gag. Like I would, give me a Gainsburger, and I'd eat it, and whatever. And so Bob said, I go, hey, I'll eat something. He goes, what should you get for your grade? And he goes, I was going to give you a D. And he goes, now since that paper came up, I'll give you a CD. And I said, I think I deserve at least a B. And he goes, you're not getting one. And I said, what if I what if I eat 5 raw eggs in a glass? Because I've done it before at a party.
Gross.
And he goes, no. And I was like, oh, where do you go from there?
Yeah,
and I said,
that's a good bargain.
And he goes, you like eggs? And I said, no, but I can eat them raw. And he goes, you know what? Eat a raw egg with the shell.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I had read somewhere, which
For
is
a
odd
what?
that I would
A B?
That's what I said. He goes, for a B minus. I go, no, straight up B. And everybody in the thing's drinking like, it deserves a B. Like it's like a mini Supreme Court all of a sudden without the robes.
If the president of Marquette heard this right now, he'd
Sometimes
ate an egg for a B. Ring out a high up on him, you rah-rah.
The valedictorian goes to, I'm just eating an egg. And
I ate an egg for a B.
So I read somewhere that you can eat an egg and it's safe as long as you chew it, and it's an amazing amount of protein. So it's actually okay. So I ate the whole. It's crazy. It sounds really weird, but I ate the entire egg. Everyone cheered, and I got a B. He gave me a B in the class in English. I know, I was getting a D minus at best.
I ate an egg.
How do you do it? Like, do you take it all at once?
Yeah,
or-
it's kind of like a starburst where you just
It's like a
open it.
Starburst.
Oh, if
it
one
just
of your kids
explodes.
comes home with an egg, I mean, what are you going to say to like Cassidy when she goes, Cassidy, you got an F on that. And, Dad, you ate an egg for a B.
Exactly.
Grades don't matter, Dad.
Right, exactly. You can get around things.
You ate an egg for a B.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, they used to be able to bargain with teachers back at Marquette. I bargained with my accounting guy. He goes, you're really dumb. I went into his class and he goes, yeah, you're not going to make this class. Back then they didn't care. Like, me, my finance, he was like, am I going to pass? He goes, oh, no. Well, if I don't, then I'm kicked out. He goes, all right, then you're kicked out. I mean, they didn't care.
Yeah, it was just a different...
But then you would go like, all right, fuck, man. Come on. Like, you could talk to him. And I remember saying to the guy, I go, dude, I can't do this thing. He goes, all right, I'll bargain with you here. Let's go. And he would make a deal with me where I'd come in and work with him a little bit. Or if I got a C on the final, he'd give me a D and pass or whatever. He wouldn't, you could bargain with him a little bit. But if you didn't go in and see him, then they didn't give a fuck.
I think as long as you were
You'd
kind of like
go in.
Yeah,
if you go in and see him, right?
Yeah. Plus, it was face to face, and they knew. I mean,
You
at
feel
least
bad.
with Chris and I, they were just kind of like, all right, just move the train along, just get out of here.
I know,
they
Chris.
Were, they were very,
How much
Chris,
longer?
everybody always asks. Chris did get his degree.
He did. Yeah.
He did. I don't know how, but he did. I think Katie Murnane helped him a lot.
He did. I mean, he was in classes. We had communications classes that was like half the rugby team, half the basketball team. My brother, Mike Regan.
Yeah.
But Chris, I always say, remember Chris's whisper was always louder than most people's talk. What are you doing? Don't turn the page back. Like, it was so loud.
And he was trying to cheat?
During a test, he would cheat.
Yeah.
And I remember he took this girl's chair. Like, she wouldn't, like, she kind of scooted up. Like, there's a teacher, like, reading the newspaper, like, what's going on? There's a girl kind of, eat. She'd scoot up away from him, and then Chris would follow her. And they're like little mini bumper cars. You can't go that far. It's kind of a line seats. And then Chris would scoot his sideways and would reach over and pull the arm of her desk around.
No.
To the point where she was almost completely turned around. But the look on her face, like, she was on the worst teacup ride at Disney ever. Like, what are you doing? Why am I being turned around? I can't see. But it was just like, and then it was always
answer.
It was like that, and then it was always followed by like, do you have an extra pen? Like, just like, now I'm giving you supplies.
Oh, God.
But it was.
I caught him on the way to class. I used to study because I was like, shit.
You had business. You were business school.
And I caught him on the way to class. I was coming out of business school, and he's got his Budweiser coat on, and he's smoking a joint. And he's got a pencil and a piece of paper, and that's all he did when he took the class. I go, what the fuck? What are you doing? And he goes, I'm going to class. And I go, well, what are you going to take? What are you taking? He takes a hit out of the thing and he goes, philosophy. And then he just walks in. He puts the joint out like a cigarette.
Like
and then
in the
walks
little
in.
thing.
Yeah. And walks in.
Like if you were like CSI and you like had a camera on campus and they just kind of just pervade all of the students and professors walking about and they just went, hold on, stop on that guy.
Yeah.
See how everybody else has books? Everyone else has backpacks. Everyone else has glasses and a vision to what they're doing. This guy looks like he lost his cab. Like
there was a few of Chris-like guys, like Queens was. I was always like...
He was busy.
But I mean... Queens, I think, had a job lined up after school because he could not give a shit about studies or anything like that. And I remember he was another guy that was just completely out of hand. He was on a rugby team, and he would get drunk. And I remember I yelled out the window. I'll never forget this. I was at the Butt House, and I yelled out the window. It was Queens and Poot walking down the street, and they were blacked out, fucked up, and then, out of control. And I knew they were out of control. And I yelled out my window. I go, "Hey, get off the street, you bums!" Like a real, get out of here!
Right.
Quit drinking on our sidewalk, you bums! And I triggered something in Queens because he looks at me and he goes, "Fuck you!" And then I go, "Oh God!" And he picks up the biggest rock I've ever seen,
my God.
and just hurled it through my window. And the thing just goes, and he goes, "Ah!" You fucking animal!
Yeah.
You fucking animal! And I had to get the window fixed, and I'm like, I don't even think I remembered it. He's like, "Good fucking God, I was joking."
Yeah, we were up. Remember how the avalanche? The avalanche was a bar on Wells, and then above it was kind of a flop house, right? With some
above the lanch?
Yeah, and then there was an apartment. And then it was the only apartment that had its own bathroom. The other ones were common bathrooms.
I remember this. Yeah,
it was like a place like when you got out of prison, you'd go there.
Right.
Yeah.
You were
there
doing
was a few parties up there.
Yeah, it's where Brooks goes to die.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we went up there one time. My brother used to live there, and I think at the time it was like Poot and Wags and those guys. And we're downstairs at the Lanch, and Chris is like, "Let's go upstairs." All right. So we grabbed like a case. Remember they had the little to-go area?
Yeah.
So we go that, and we went like 9 feet and went upstairs, and we're just sitting there. And we're all kind of playing, and somebody, I don't know who it was, Roddy or somebody had like a water balloon. And it was kind of like, "Hey, there's a couple guys." And just threw a water balloon down at him. And it's kind of like, okay. And they were like townies, and it was the wrong town. Like, it was one of these, the guy just turned, and he's just like, "I'll be back." And I was like, "Oh, that was a little serious." Anyways, and he ran to like a pickup truck and came back like 4 minutes later with like 6 other pickup trucks.
Oh, no.
And they just started whipping bottles. He whipped a bottle and it went above the thing. We're like, "Oh crap, these guys are," and they were manned. They were like in this thing. And then I don't think it was, Chris was like, "Here, this will scare them." And there was a bowling ball. And you're like, "Hey, it's Milwaukee, but still, there's a random bowling ball." So Chris gave it to somebody, and they go, "Yeah, this would be great. We'll throw it." And so there was an open window, and there were 3 windows, and I think it was Roddy, but he had it, and he starts running, and he takes it, and he threw it wide, so it just shattered the other window that was not open. Like he went like on a sidearm, and I'm like, everyone's kind of like, what was that? And it triggered these guys to be like, with bottles. It was like a movie. It was like a war. Like, "Sweet, take cover."
God.
Glass everywhere. And it was one of those like, and then the roommate came, like one of them came home, like, "What's going on?" And like, how do you explain that? "Where's my bowling ball?" We threw it. Look, there's a little thing. Okay.
Where's my phone?
Things got a little out of hand. Everything's cool. Everything's totally cool.
Oh my God. But that's the shit. I mean, in the Lanch, people don't know this. I mean, people that are there now, Marquette's such a nice school now.
It's
great. A beautiful school. But back in the Lanch in the day, they would serve red, white, and blues, and they were 50 cents. And when you got done with your red, white, and blue, there was a wall at the end of the bar, and you were supposed to throw your glass against the wall. And nobody blinked an eye. When I first saw this, I thought, well, the bartender's going to freak out.
Right.
No. Everybody, you'd get done with your red, white, and blue and hurl it. Girls would do it. They'd all hurl it against the back wall, and it'd be shards of glass on the freaking back wall. You'd be like, "What?"
It was the worst tradition you could ever have.
That's
people
not
just like,
smart.
"Oh my gosh, Amy, hi, I'm a freshman too." It's like, "What's going on?" I was hit with a bottle in the temple. Really? My friend was hit with a pizza.
I know. It was such a violent bar, such a crazy violent bar that everybody went to.
Yeah, it was 50 cents.
50 cents and you got hungover from that shit.
Oh yeah,
God.
that was tough stuff.
It was just like eating pit.
And I remember like somebody would get like Bush. And it was 60 cents. You're like, what's up, Rockefeller? Like, it was so like what's with Assy McJerk over here? It was so.
If you dared not get a red, white, and blue at the Lanch, you were not. You're like, I'll have a Miller Lite, you know? What?
You got 70 cents to throw around?
Yeah, hot shot.
Whoa.
Hey, hot shot. Yeah. And then there'd be fights in that place every single night, you know? I mean, it was great. I loved the Lanch. They took it out. Cleaned all that shit up in Marquette.
Yeah,
cleaned all that out.
No, Marquette did a great job.
Marquette's a great school.
I mean, when I went there, I mean, I really enjoyed, academically, I liked the stuff we did, and it's come an amazing amount from that. And I try to get both my kids to go there. It's an amazing school.
Yeah,
really
but I mean, ultimately, the kids nowadays probably like the weather is probably tough on them and all that. You know,
that's the thing. Yeah, coming from here to go there, it's pretty.
I know. Yeah, coming from here.
I remember one time. I think it was Chris and Queens and I walking to, the Harp. What was the one underneath the Knights of Columbus building?
That was
by the river.
Yeah, no,
by the river.
No, by the highway. No, by the highway.
Harp was on the river.
We didn't go there that
Green
much.
Tree?
No.
It was by the highway.
It was
there.
Irish. It wasn't Glockamora.
O'Donoghue's. No,
it was. So instead of going
Haggerty's.
Crap! I forget the name of it. But we went there. I thought it was just the Harp. Because then there was a Harp in Shamrock up the thing. But we went there, and it was so cold. Yeah. And like, you know, we're like, hey, that's a half block away. We should each make sure we get a can of beer for the walk to go see the Super Bowl at a bar where they're going to have plenty of beer. But we're like, so we're walking, and I'll forget this. It was February, so it was negative 107.
Super cold.
And Queens took a sip. And you hear this weird sound, and his lip stuck to the can.
No.
Ow.
And I kid you not,
God.
Chris and I both turned like, well, which one of us is going to waste beer to get you out of this? Like we knew we had to save him, but we're like, well, great. Now this affects us, and now I'm going to have one less sip on the way to go drink. But I remember our faces were like, I guess you got to do it.
Waste my beer on this.
Exactly. I've heard of heroes before.
Oh, man.
But yeah, we had to pour it over his lip.
No way.
Just got to get him free.
No way.
He broke free, yeah.
That's how fucking cold it would get.
It would.
It was freezing.
Yeah.
Freezing cold. And then, you know, they had these houses that had the wind. The wind would just... Your house, Finner's house at Marquette was legendary because it was not really a house.
No.
I mean, let's not call that a house.
No.
I mean, it was... I mean, you guys got actually condemned, right?
We were. It was a 6-bedroom house.
Yeah,
and we were condemned. I think in April. And my wife Donna gave me a dog, and an Alaskan Husky, which is a beautiful dog. And I never had a dog, so I didn't know how it worked. So we went to Costco and got a giant thing, and we just kind of made a big like trough. Like that's what Dane would eat at the red, you know, kind of a grazing dog, which was great. Yeah. And we had a party, and I remember we had the staircase that went up like kind of like halfway, and then it went up the other half.
Right.
And Wags one time was sitting talking to somebody. He's an enormous guy.
Really,
and he was talking to somebody, and his back was to the staircase. And then he laughed loud like he always does, and he leaned back, and you heard this like just a snap. I mean, it was such an old house, and obviously condemned, so they were doing a lot of repairs, and cracked. And then he fell all the way down into, and he broke, it was like, gish, 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 broke like 5 steps, like in it. Like, remember the Addams Family where Spot used to live? It was like that, but there were no steps. So when you were going to bed, it was just like, you'd like literally just take 2 steps and then go up. It was like, and then you kept going. Like you had to go over 5 more steps that weren't, it was just this empty abyss that nobody knew what was down there. And I think we put a cone down there to alert that there possibly could be some safety issue.
You would have parties with people come over and they'd be like, there's a hole in your steps, guys. And you're like, oh, yeah. Just jump over it.
We had parties because we had no heat. And we did. We wanted people to be bodies.
Oh, the body heat, right.
Yeah, so we did that.
But then what about the guy? What about, tell us about Larry Hill coming home at night.
Larry Hill, well, this house had no, there was no bathroom door. So you kind of leaned like a makeshift like ironing board against it to give you some sort of privacy. But I remember it's Larry Hill, dear friend of mine, amazing guy. One of my 2 favorite things that Larry did. We lived upstairs, and Larry goes, "Hey, I got an idea." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You know how we never have much hot water?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to take an ice cold shower, so then when I get out, I'll be hot." Which, in theory, if you're 4 or a cartoon, would make sense. But so he would take a shower in the morning. He would do this like just screaming because, and then it would. I'm like, did that ever work? He goes, nah, I did it like 6 or 7. Never worked.
Never worked.
But so Larry came home. We did it at a bar one time, and he goes, "Hey guys, house meeting." And we've never had a house meeting. This is amazing. And he goes, "I'm going to get some beer." I'm like, "This is the great. We should have house meetings daily." And so he came home, and we're all sitting on kind of various couches, and he puts down like a case of beer, and there was like a table, and he throws down like 20 condoms, and we're like,
"What are we going to do?
What's up here?" I mean, he didn't lock the door, and he goes, "Hey guys, just want to let you know I'm out." We're like, "What do you mean you're out?" He goes, "Hey, Patty and I got a kid. I got a kid on the way. We're having a kid." And you're 18, 19. You're like, "Holy crap!"
That was a pretty big deal.
It was, and he goes, "Yeah, so you guys can have these. These are." And then I remember kind of going,
He was giving them to you?
"Do they not work? Like, why are you giving? If you're having a child,
Had them.
right? And you've got 20 of clearly enough for a night, if not 2." I'm confused on the gift, really, of this.
He was giving you guys the condom.
Condoms, yeah. So, and again, it was such an
Hysterical.
odd
That's
thing.
odd.
Oh my God.
But yeah, great guy.
But what about, let me just one more story about, didn't he break the window every night when he came home? Larry, instead of going through the door, he would break the window.
Yeah, sometimes he would break, yeah.
Yeah, and so you'd be like, "Larry, the door's open."
Right. Yeah, we never had a
got to be-
key. Yeah, I just don't want, people thinking it's open. I'm like, so you alert the neighborhood by shattering a random window, thus bringing the negative 107 degree weather inside. Like the Alaskan Husky is shivering.
Oh
just
my
so you know. So,
And then they had a guy whose bedroom above, they were watching TV, and this bedroom, I think his bedroom thing was coming down. I think he was going to come through the ceiling.
They had a hole, like in their bedroom, like so you could see the first floor. Which there were certain things you're like, oh, it's kind of cool because you can throw down your laundry and random things. But like again, make sure, and then you're kind of like, hey, what's to say that it's not going to? I've played, Icebreaker. I know what's going to happen. This is gradually going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's going to get bigger.
But yeah, it was a crazy. We had
that house was unreal.
It was. We had I remember one day we had a dining room with nothing in it because we had no dining utensils. And I remember we had a couple of cones that were aforementioned.
Yeah.
And there was a ball and a bat. And I remember just kind of bunting it off this thing one day. And then in my mind, I'm just like, what's the worst thing that can happen if I just haul off and hit one? And so I hauled off and it hit the wall and it was plaster. So it just embedded this perfect thing and it would stop. And then it would just kind of slowly drop and then roll back to you. I'm like, this is the greatest game. And so then we would have we'd draw people, try to hit him in the head or try to hit his hand. Or we draw a cow, hit the cow. And and then it's like somebody walking by, hey, how do you guys get that engineering notebook? What are you guys doing? What kind of isn't this finals week? And you're just like, whoa.
Look at our game.
Yeah, exactly. Look what we invented.
Oh my God, Pat, this has been so fun.
Yeah. That was fun.
And if you like all these stories, make sure you check out I Am Chris Farley, where Pat is an amazing contributor.
Yep. Thank you for helping out with that, Finner. That was nice.
That was really special.
I was, I was telling somebody the other day that they'd never heard so many of those stories. I'm like, it's so great to be able to tell those stories. It's so sad that he's not here to make more. But I'll tell you, I actually had somebody at the premiere of it, which again is very Hollywood. But at the premiere, the bartender, this girl, and I've subsequently had 3 or 4 people come up and say that movie helped them. That changed their lives. She goes, I went in and watched that movie, and she goes, I just got closure from something I just went through.
Oh, yeah?
She goes,
wow.
You just changed my life. And I'm like, well, there you go. If one, that's how quick
great.
it was. And
Yeah.
that's kind of, if you can get something out of that.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is we all know the other side. I want to tell the side that hasn't been told, which is what a unique cat he was,
Totally.
and so that's what you get when you watch the film, and
you did a great job. Just the through in the beginning, kind of bringing everybody in,
great, yeah.
and the home movies, and then all the stuff you said, and Johnny, and everybody.
But I think it tells the truest story of who he was.
It does. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Really
that's the thing you
job.
come away with is I remember I've worked with people that have worked with John Candy. I know we got to go. Sorry.
No,
and I never got the pleasure of working with him, but I've always been a huge fan. And subsequently, it's kind of like that with Chris. That there's so many people that are like almost doe-eyed, like, what was he like? And this is a way to say, this is what he was like.
That's what I'll say for the rest of my life. I'll say, just watch that documentary, and I think you'll get a really good idea of who he was.
You're right.
Yeah,
That's that's special, I think, on your part, Kevin, to have had the vision, but then actually have it executed. Like, I mean, you had a good team.
That says a lot for those guys too. That we worked together
really
pretty well.
good.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, but it also helps us to say, because you're right. A lot of people say, "What was he like? What was he like?" Just that's exactly what he was like right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was like.
Good job.
Great. And Pat, you are currently recurring on The Middle. What else is going on?
I am.
Beer Shark Mice. I follow you guys.
Beer Shark
nice.
Mice.
Cool. Yeah, we did a show.
How was Chicago? Really good.
Oh
Was
my
that
gosh,
fun?
it was amazing. It's such a great place for improv. It's like doing jazz and going back to New Orleans. Not that I do jazz, but I mean, it's like a mecca for it. So people there, we did it at the IO Theater in Chicago, which is an amazing place. And Sharon has done such an amazing job there. And they had 4 shows that were sold out, so they added another one that sold out, and people went crazy for it.
Did you guys have a blast?
We did. It was really 5 really great shows. We got to sing the 7th inning stretch at the Cub
you
game.
guys were at the Cub game.
It was really cool.
That's
it looked like you guys had a blast.
It was.
Chicago flashes her tits for you.
Right.
Like, I love
Wait, I got to go back because that didn't happen. I didn't know. Wait.
Was it the Cubby game?
And I love, by the way, that you do that. Even though it's a podcast, you still... No, not showed them, but no.
In case you don't know what it looks like when a girl lifts up her shirt, I'll help you. I'll help you with that. Pat, thank you so much. Are you on Facebook, Twitter?
I am, yeah. I'm on Twitter. It's at @PatFinn.
That's right.
And
perfect.
Beer Shark Mice.
Well, please
also.
come back.
I would love to.
This was so much fun. I
come
feel like
back
we just got
anytime,
started.
Sitting at a bar and hanging out.
I know, exactly.
Let's
Next time we'll get beer.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Pat.
It.
Thank you so much, All Things Comedy. Aaron,
Thanks,
our
guys.
producer,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you soon. Bye. 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 Bye.